Welcome into the company. What's going on? What's popping? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are good. This is B Lenny. We got Nick here. We got Rich and DJ T Mobile all here to see if we can get some things off our chest and get some topics popping for you. Welcome in to everybody coming in and everybody that's going to join us eventually. Come in, have a seat, and we'll see if we can entertain you. Hope everybody had an amazing week. It is now July.
No, we ain't there yet.
It's almost
July.
no,
July.
we're almost there.
Yeah, I got you. And Nick is killing me right now.
This is what it is, Blair.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, welcome everybody in. I'm trying to get everything set up on this end, and once we do, we'll be up and running. So anyway, if you've been hiding under the rock and things been going on politically in this world of ours, it is pretty much
I don't think nothing happened, right? Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. Nothing happened. You know, nothing happened. If you wanna say that. But yeah, for real. So last week we didn't do a show and a lot happened actually almost 2 weeks ago. We know about the unfortunate assassination attempt. We won't get too deep into that, but that did happen. And yeah, I mean, I got really nothing else to add to it. They got the guy. It's unfortunate that people have to turn to violence because of beliefs, their belief system and all that, but this is the world we live in, and all we can do is kind of just navigate and make sure we don't get involved in the bullshit. So after that, 10 days after that, approximately, President Joe Biden said that he was not going to run for re-election. So that, and then he gave his kudos and nomination and all that good stuff to Miss Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah.
So she is now running for the president of the United States and has already gotten over, I think, 10 million in. No, is it 100 million? Yes, 100 million.
She got close to it.
It was like
she should be there now.
It was like 81 mil, but I think she's reached. I think she did reach the 100 million. Last thing I read, it was talking about she did have over 100 mil. So that is the situation now. We are all gearing up and preparing to do our thing, our duty as United States citizens, and help elect the next POTUS. And of course, with that comes the fragile male ego. I guess Yeah, I guess you can say that. I think the latest thing, I don't know if anything happened after the sorority thing, which is debatable. And I think Rich,
is it?
It's debatable. I mean, like you said, it's one of those what color
is it really?
Situations. Did he say college? Did he say colored? I listened to it over and over again just to see if I could make it out. And I don't know. That's where I am.
Here's what's interesting about it, right? Because whenever you have a transcript on a show, especially like a news show, the closed captions, if you turn the closed captions on, it'll automatically process it. When they process it, it says college.
Okay.
So, there is that.
Yeah. Well, Ernest says it's 200 million now in total, and he said they're having a conference call tonight, like they did initially, with 136,000 women for Kamala. Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I am shocked, pleasantly shocked, by the support she's getting from everybody, because this is a situation where it could go bad, and there could be some things said from people that you really don't realize that they felt that way. I guess I'm trying to.
Oh, that still can happen.
Oh, and it is going to happen.
Oh no, that's not an if; it's a win.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's where we are now with the political world. We're just all kind of just standing stunned and trying to figure out what's going on. And I think most people are trying to stay out of the whole thing. And Ernest says, yo, I have a black progressive friend who's hated her in 2019 openly donating now?
You know what? And I'll be honest. I think the timing of it is why. Because like you have literally a Black Indian female potential candidate for president, and then you have an old white dude. And I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Like if you think about how everybody was kind of just disengaged, it's kind of like at the right time this struck, and people are like, well, I'm excited because this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
If this was like 6 months ago, I can tell right now it probably wouldn't have the same fervor.
Yeah.
But
I would agree.
Because of where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, and by no means am I discounting the woman, because I think, she's certainly qualified, which is also weird because I'll say this, it's like Donald Trump is probably still not qualified for that role, and he's had the job.
He's had it. That's sad.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're looking at somebody who could be in that job, but unfortunately, America just we do dumb shit.
Yeah. Now, Rob says, and I'm reading these out just for audio purposes. Rob says, I think they're going to bring up her record as a prosecutor. They are in the she was Montel's hooker mode right now. Next week it'll be she put a lot of Black people in jail. Now, and here's the thing.
Hold on, that's this week. That's this week.
They're doing that this week. They're doing that this week.
That's this week.
The thing I heard about both of these situations, talking about she was Montel's hooker. She actually dated Montel. The picture with Montel, her, and the other lady is his sister or cousin or something.
His daughter.
His daughter. I'm sorry, his daughter.
Yeah.
His daughter. The other woman is his daughter. So you see Montel with two women, and automatically you think, oh, he fucking both of these women. You don't read.
No.
You don't read. That's the bottom line. You don't read.
But Brian, we don't do no reading.
Yeah, no. Transformers, goddamn it, nigga bots. The other thing is with the prosecutor thing. Somebody did a deep dive on her prosecutorial actions, and they say she put a lot of Black people in jail. And they actually ran down the numbers. She said it's something like she prosecuted maybe 1,700 people for marijuana charges, for 1,700 Black people in marijuana charges. 45 of them went to jail. So you can't sit here and throw out things like that can be researched and proven wrong. Because you're going to be
Brian. Now people don't want the facts to get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, I know. Facts are boring. They're not sexy. Yeah. Facts ain't sexy. Yeah. Ernest says, what I find interesting is that when Trump, now a felon, and her as a former prosecutor, does that make Dems the party of law and order?
Gong gong.
And all it's yeah, it's funny. All us did the law and order sound, but we all hear it differently in our head.
Yeah, I did in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I didn't think it out.
I said, dun, dun, dun. Nick said, dun. Rich said, dun, dun. So yeah, we all hear it differently in our head. This is a fun little quirk. But yeah, that's one of the things that's weird. It's they're throwing out all this stuff, and I'm hearing mostly they have a new N-word. It changes. It changes. Sometimes it's thugs. I think one time it was, I think they even used BLM as the N-word at one point. So now it's what is it? DEI? DIE? DEI?
He's nuts.
Diversity, inclusion, and equity. Yeah. So now that's the
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
They're calling her a DEI hire. When the woman is superly overly qualified for everything she's ever done and earned everything she's ever done because she had no coattails to pull. So that's just,
I don't know how she's a D. I don't know.
Well, let me get her thing down here.
Rob says, I saw that. I didn't think it might just be me and my thinking. I didn't read too much into it when I did see it.
Yeah,
but now that you tell me that's what they were using it for, I'm like, come on, man.
And watch and think about it. Every time you hear it, think N-word. because it's going to be in the place of it perfectly. You can put it right in there perfectly anytime they use it. So thanks for the roses on TikTok, Shade Spray. I mean, we on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we got Facebook on lock, we're on YouTube as well. I think we got it pretty much covered.
Oh, so what's left? Twitch.
Ernest says DEI stands for definitely earned it. Yeah, but I don't think that's one of the ones we want to adopt and change and start using. I just don't like how it sounds. Yeah, I don't like how it sounds. No, do that. But that's where we are, and I know a lot of people are really, really, really interested. And to be honest with you, if you're not even into politics, this is still fucking interesting. The way things are going. I mean, we're in an economy right now, a world right now where drama is what we want to see.
That's the currency.
Yeah. It used to be one place we went for drama, and that was
Gold Star.
I was going to say Jerry Springer. I was going to say Jerry Springer. I was going to
say Facebook.
Oh yeah, well, okay. But before all that, it was Jerry.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he started it. But now we expect it in every aspect of our life. Rob says she may force a huge turnout. High turnout is bad for the GOP.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do think it is because of where this landed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
timing of
it. It landed in a very emotional, if a politically emotional spot. Like if this was the movie, that would have been the apex of the movie. Somebody tries to shoot an ex-president. One ex-president steps down. He elects his vice president, which isn't a big deal, but she's a black woman.
Right.
Yeah, this is
that's the plot. That's it.
That's it. This is a movie. This whole thing. This is the entire thing. Yeah.
Someone's gonna make a Netflix. Netflix gonna make a movie off of this.
Oh, they have to. And I know it's one person that's probably set. They probably sat this person down and said, your job for the next 4 years is to watch politics. That's all you do. And now you got to write us a script after.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they got a bunch of material just off of last week. So
oh man, plenty of material to go on. And like I said, that's the apex. Like I don't even know if this is going to be one movie or they're just going to do a series. It's too much for 2 hours.
Fair enough.
It's too much because you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So once again, welcome into the company, the people who are on TikTok watching. We got 17 viewers on TikTok right now. Cool. That's okay. I got people in Facebook watching, got people on Instagram. I'm not sure. Instagram doesn't really give you a count of who's watching your live. So we can just hope and pray that they're there. And if they are, we love you. So that's what's happening in politics. In other news, we had a huge shutdown of things a few days ago. Hold on, let me bring this.
Oh,
what do I type in? Let me see.
What was it? I forgot what the name of the thing. Crowdfire? Not
Crowdfire. I think it was CrowdStrike.
CrowdStrike. Sorry.
So CrowdStrike outage. Now, if you don't know what CrowdStrike is, and it's an American cybersecurity technology company based in Austin, Texas. It provides endpoint security, threat intelligence, and cyber attack responsive services. And this thing went to shit. Right? And shut down everything. Everything. Pretty much everything. Everything in every aspect of life, something shut down. I can almost guarantee you. Flights were canceled and delayed. People couldn't work. There were a few people saying, hey, we can't do that. And so we're just not at work today.
Right.
Yep. I can speak to that.
Yeah.
Not me personally, but I know a couple of people that worked in our department that something was going on.
You know what's funny?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, B.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I could attest that the banks shut down because we tried to make a deposit and a withdrawal Friday as things happened. And granted, even though we went late Friday, but yeah, they told us couldn't do anything. No deposits, no withdrawals, nothing.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And the funny thing is, like, their motto, CrowdStrike, stop breaches, drive business.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You know, if you Google them, like the fourth link is like, why choose CrowdStrike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, they had a headline: CrowdStrike blames test software. So somebody decided to test some software in the middle of the day, taking down 8.5 million Windows machines.
Fired.
This is a moment where you say, "Don't press send."
Don't press send. Don't press send. Yeah, and it probably wasn't even that. I guarantee you, it was somebody loading some dumb shit on their computer. Yeah, I want to watch Crunchyroll at work. You know, it was something silly. It was something stupid. Now, what does a company do to that person? Like, you can't really do anything to somebody who made a mistake.
Oh no, yes, you can.
You can fire them.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's about as good as you're gonna get. But I'll tell you this: if you work for a security firm and you cause that much damage, you are done.
Yeah.
Like, just go into a cave, hide for a year.
Just hide. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't put CrowdStrike on your resume. I'll tell you that. Right. And if you do, and they ask you the question, can we contact this employer? No, you can't.
Nope.
No, absolutely not.
You cannot contact this.
Yeah. That's where you put your best friend's number on there.
Exactly. Hey, if they call,
they call
you. Yeah.
Act like you know.
And then your friends are even like, man, I ain't want none of this. That nigga he shut down an entire company 3 days ago. Rob says someone downloading a BitTorrent for the next Deadpool movie. Damn. Yeah. Oh, Matt. Oh, okay. There's Nick. Nick took the mask off. I knew that thing got hot, brother.
I've been had off. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it says Falcon is the CrowdStrike platform purpose-built to stop breaches via unified set of cloud-delivered technologies that prevents all types of attacks, including malware and much more. And that is, I think that's what they're saying is the reason. Yeah, Falcon sensor product went very wrong, and they got the mass blue screen of death.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, somebody looked like if somebody tried to push an update. I was like, oh, this should be fine.
Now, updates, they give you a bunch of prompts before they actually push it through. It's like you put it in, you gotta, it downloads, you click on the download, and it goes to another screen. It says, are you sure you want to load this software on your computer? You gotta hit yes. And it'd be like,
are you really sure?
And then you hit yes, and you'd be like, nigga, listen. Are you sure? And you do it anyway.
But that's one of the things that's a real problem with cloud software, because for that reason, if they updated it at that main server and then everything else that's attached to it just blasted right through it. Microsoft is notorious for updating stuff in Teams, and Teams will just go nuts. And then you just be like, for 2 days, be like, well, can't use this. You just stuck.
Wow. Biggest computer. Yeah, so that happened. I had a friend. I went to Florida last weekend. Not the reason we didn't do it. Yes, it was. I went to Florida last weekend, and we drove. We drove to Florida, had a beautiful time. Came back Sunday. Had a friend that flew in. Same time. Didn't leave Florida till yesterday, and I think it's kind of like a wave from all the airlines being shut down and all the flights being shut down.
Yeah,
because once you shut down a flight, you still have those people that had to leave that day. So the next day comes, those people have to go home. So the people that were supposed to leave the next day get pushed back again. So it's always this wave of shit that happens once something like that occurs.
Yeah. I'm not sure how true this is with the airlines, but I remember seeing something saying Spirit, which they were one of the few that still operated.
For some reason, because they ain't got no computers. They ain't got no computers.
They ain't got no seats.
It's all paper.
Operating on Windows Vista. That's why they stopped.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, no. So what I did, I was curious about the biggest outages. This has made history. It says the big picture. Experts have called the CrowdStrike outage the largest IT outage in history. The outage affected banks, hospital systems, airlines, and retailers. One insurer estimates the Fortune 500 company that Fortune 5 companies lost $5.4 billion from the outage.
Grief.
With a B. $5.4 billion.
Billy? Woo.
Billy. Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. And I think something happened a few years ago, and we was all joking that somebody unplugged something or tripped over a cord, and it shut down a bunch of shit. But this tops the cake. This is dude made history.
Yeah.
Dude made history. Congratulations, sir.
You're fired.
Yeah.
From everything. From everything. This motherfucker can't be a cashier right now because they don't want to. Like, nah.
Yeah, get him away from computers. Right?
Exactly. Nah. You can shuck some fries, but you ain't touching the register.
Shuck some fries.
Ever.
So yeah, CrowdStrike was a thing that happened, and like I said, a lot of people felt it. I didn't because my nothing happened at my job. But I know a couple of people, well, a few people that said they just couldn't work because their systems were down because of it.
Nope.
Is it still a good idea to have so much of our infrastructure based in computers and the internet? And because it's pretty much everything is pretty much kind of running through one company now. Like CrowdStrike shouldn't have had that much power. Is it still a smart thing to sit here and trust these companies and do this the way it is? Or should we find some way to subsidize and shrink this thing so different companies are different places? This is in one state. This place was in one state and lost $5.4 billion of revenue for these companies.
I would definitely say yes. We need to spread it out. How can you spread it? I don't know. But
I don't say this. That's really not a viable option.
It's kind of like the example, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Like, how do you go back?
I mean, but you really can, though. I mean, if you got with a situation like this, okay. So let's say Time Warner. Is it called Time Warner anymore? No, it's called Spectrum. So Spectrum is a huge cable company, okay. And let's say Spectrum is the only cable company that's in a state. Something happens with Spectrum, state goes out, nobody has cable. People come in, put mandates down, options, and then now you have several cable companies doing separate things. So there are options once that one goes down. I think it should be something like that. I think something like that should happen. And I know it's not anything that's that simple, but
I mean, that analogy makes sense, I guess, more so, but we're talking about a situation, correct me if I'm wrong, where everything is based on a cloud or
right,
is all through the internet. So how do you go back from that? You know, that's what I'm saying now.
And on top of that, Nick, you're also talking about a solution that, to be honest, was bid on by several different companies that just happened to be the leader in doing that, or had the best value in terms of their cost.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to be like, they just have I don't want to say a monopoly, but they kind of corner the market for cloud security solutions. That's really all they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And you're right, Ernest. The quality of the service will go down. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and to that point though, is that if we decide to move back, if you will, to a more to a less streamlined version of the internet, that's probably not going to be in most people's best interest, because the speed at which we move things now,
it's
going to be like, time, the old colloquialism, time is money, and that's really going to be the thing that's going to drive a lot of it.
It's not legit.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. And when I started to ask you the question, I was going to say, should we still be dependent on the internet like that? But that's a dumb question.
Oh, no.
Way too far. Way too far into it.
Yeah. Now, like, when the internet be dependent on cars?
Exactly. Like when the internet first started, it was possible to say, hey, we should stop this and go back to what we were doing before, because we were still familiar with that.
Right.
It's too far going now. So the question isn't should we get rid of the internet? It's should we give so much power to certain companies so when things like this happen, like when Texas operates on its own grid, its own electrical grid,
right?
Okay, when they had that power issue a few years ago, Texas was fucked.
Yes,
But the rest of the United States, I don't think Florida. I think Florida is the same thing as Texas. I'm not sure though. But when the rest of the United States, if something happens in another state and their power grid goes down, they're connected to other states so they can still get power.
Right.
You see? So
yeah, Texas is like standing alone. Like they don't.
Yeah, Texas.
They don't get the assistance from other states like that. So.
They are technically their own country. They just they are deciding to remain with the United States right now because I don't know. but yeah, so I think it sets a bad precedent and situation when you have so much power going to one person that has so much influence and a hand in everything like that.
Oh, you sound like you talking politics. But you're not. You're talking.
I'm talking. Two sides of the same coin.
Yes, exactly what it is.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. Now, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But it's
gonna be hard, man.
It is, and that's why I said it's something that I don't think we can do. And Nick, you said it perfectly. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. We're here now. What do we do going forward? Because that can't happen twice. It can, but it can't.
Like you said, I think it's more about like you. Now go back to your original analogy. It's more about not having it tied down to one person. I agree with that. Just spread it out so that, again, there's good and bad with that, but that's one option that you would have to do. Because again, we can't go back to what it was before, but you don't want all your eggs in one basket. And then we got this again because it will happen again. And it will be right back here with the same thing.
Absolutely. I think some people have the feeling that this is kind of like the end of Rome for America. Like this is when we start crumbling and falling apart. And the way things are looking, we're not that far from it. What's going on, row your boat? Yeah, we're not that far from it. So I think a lot of people are afraid. Because it only takes a couple of these situations like that to shut everything down and have us living in Mad Max territory. I don't know where all this sand is going to come from, but living in Mad Max times.
Oh, gosh.
So do y'all have a bleak outlook on what may be coming for us? Or are you guys just like, this is something that's... Go ahead.
So I don't necessarily think that it's going to be like a bleak outcome, but I can tell you, I think the next big one is probably going to be AI related. The reason why I say that is because AI right now is like unregulated. There really isn't any governance on it. So someone's going to hit the button on something and it's going to cause some sort of weird outcome. I don't now. So the first thing everybody thinks of is Skynet, right? Like, no, I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be something similar to what just happened where, some intellectual neural network wires are going to get crossed and then it's going to black everything out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're probably going to be going. But but do I think that the world will be ready to go back to some sort of pre-internet cloud service state? No, there's no way we can do this. There are too many services and too many services, too much money, to be honest, that won't allow for that to happen.
Yeah, and plus, when you break it down, we have generations that were born under this entire thing.
Right?
They don't know anything else but this.
Yeah.
So if something happens, you already pissed off the people that know the knowledge that we used to have. So they don't want to teach nobody anything. So if anything happens and we do end up without the capability, the internet or the educational or informational capabilities that we have now, then I mean, it's caveman shit, just with better weapons. That's that. I don't have a really good feeling if everything just shuts down and we have to go back to just manual shit.
I don't see the things. I don't think it'll go. I don't think it'll happen for that long. Like you're looking at maybe like a week, maybe two. but I don't think it's going to be any longer than that at this point. There are way too many, and because everything is cloud based, right? There's two outcomes of this, right? You know, given the fact that there's like some level of redundancy, at least you would hope for a lot of these systems, you would think that to be able to like back up, restore, and then pretty much that'd be the like, oops, sorry,
yeah, right, yeah, unplug it.
Right, similar to how the CrowdStrike incident happened. So I don't necessarily think that we're gonna go, but it's gonna make people uncomfortable for a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, just as uncomfortable as they. And you know what? It's going to be similar, just like the pandemic when everybody had to stay home. You know, it was obedience at first, and then it was uncomfortable. It was people being uncomfortable, and that's where all the anger and the other shit started happening.
People who normally don't leave their house are like, I gotta go outside, whatever reason now.
Yep.
You haven't left the house in a month, but now you have to go out. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, one of those situations, I really hope it doesn't happen. We have a lot of really, really, really smart people in this world that push buttons and make ones and zeros make sense and pay us and all this other shit that they've already made some safeguards so it doesn't happen again. But where there's a will, there's a way. And there's always a possibility. We depend on something that's not a real thing. Let's be honest. We depend on something that's not a tangible thing.
Right.
There's no life in what we are basing our entire lives on. And it's very possible that this thing can just stop working. You were saying earlier about the AI might be the next situation, and it will. There are several examples of AI shutting itself down because we give it manual tasks, and it doesn't want to do manual tasks. I don't know the point of AI. Like, I don't know if it is something that wants to continue to learn and become sentient or whatever, but it certainly doesn't want to move boxes from one table to the next.
So you got to remember, AI, we use AI today. Like that's not a thing, right? Because like your YouTube algorithm is AI.
Yeah.
Your banking structure is AI. Your Google Maps is AI, right? Yeah, so all of these services are already embedded, right? What most people, when they think of like that high level AI, are things like that do neural net processing, right? Like you're talking about a thing that could go from driving a car to cooking an egg, like which is, you know, if you think about it cognitively, that is a feat that we are nowhere close to getting. But like, for example, like even ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, all it does is it takes the internet, browses the results, and then spits something back out at you. While it's impressive, it's smart but kind of dumb at the same time, right? And it's all based on information that exists. We have not gotten to the point where AI can actually create anything. Even though it seems like it is, it's not. It's just taking what it's already has and repackages it as a quote unquote new thing.
Yeah. So I mean, and let's not confuse people. When we say AI, we're not sitting here talking about like the little boy in the movie. Anything that anything that can go on its own algorithm and create an outcome is AI, artificial intelligence. Now we may be getting close to that situation where we're actually creating something that seems sentient. I don't know if anything could ever be sentient because you have to create a soul. In my opinion, you can't create a soul. You can create a complex algorithm that has many opportunities and many ways to go in order to come to a conclusion of a simple problem. But I don't think we'll ever be able to create a thing that is a thing out of zeros and ones. And if we do, we won't know what to do with it.
And I think that's the key thing, right? We're talking about, which is why the context behind what artificial intelligence is such an interesting thing, because to your point, we don't know what to do with it. Because once you can have a thing that can make other things or create things on its own in the truest sense of the word, that's a whole different ball game versus what we do now, which is where you type in something to like Dolly, and then like I want to see a picture of Optimus Prime riding a goat, sticking the middle finger up, right? Spit out that image back at you. So it's a completely, we're talking about like that is a far away goal.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, right? Like the example I use, like if you had essentially a robot or a machine that could literally like be, drive you to work and then get out and then take care of your children. Those are two totally different tasks that, that for all intents and purposes are vastly different.
Yeah.
They require different ways to move, different ways to interact. So,
I mean, think about the simple shit we do every day that would constitute sentient thinking. Okay. We get thirsty, we drink stuff. After we drink enough, we stop, then we have to go to the bathroom, and then after that, we're good. Like something as simple as that. You would have to create something that mimics that.
I mean, I was thinking, like, for example, imagine you're writing a document, and then you move, and then you spill, your drink over the keyboard. Like, those are two vastly different tasks. But then it's something that we can't fathom what it would take to actually load something to do that.
Yeah. Because I mean, when we make decisions, we're not going through 1,000 algorithms, which is what computers do now. They have a specific thing they have to do. They go through so many algorithms. They find the one that works, or the one that's as close to the few that all work, and they do that one. That's not how we work. That's not how people work. Not how humans work. So I mean,
depends how you look at it. We do, but the fact that we do is what makes us different. Like because I mean, think about it. Like we all, like people are, like we're all pattern seeking things, right? But at the end of the day, that pattern varies constantly. To be able to make a thing that could do that is where that's the stuff that we probably will not touch for quite some time.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should. I actually think as interesting as quote unquote sexy as AI and all this shit is, I really think it's something we need to leave alone. Because the last thing we need is a program or whatever you want to call it that cuts out variants that are harmful and then figures out we're fucking harmful. That's the last thing we need. So I honestly think at this point, we kind of need to shut down the AI shit now. Like, stop, leave it alone. It's almost like the people in Jurassic Park. They kept creating dinosaurs and inviting people to look at them. And the shit went wrong every time.
It's like, please stop. No. Money.
At what point do you think like we can, but we're not going to?
Oh, it's getting rebooted, right?
What, Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
See, even and not even
why?
And it's not even Jurassic Park as an idea. It's the movies.
Just a random.
We can, but why are we doing it again?
Because people will go to the theaters.
Because
money.
We always think it's money. It is money. It is money. It's money, and we always think we can do something better and faster. Because Jurassic Park 1 came out in what, 97, 98?
96, I think.
90.
That's right, 93.
Yeah.
I know you're right. Yeah, it is 93.
That's almost the fucking 80s. That was a perfect movie. For the time, that is a perfect movie. That's not too far gone from like the Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal and shit. Like You can't.
I wonder how many computers they melted in that to make that. They
melted down. So to the point that and we've all seen the documentaries. Oh, the T-Rex started shaking violently because it started raining so hard because we were using real fucking water. Like, we don't need to do that again. Let that perfect movie be that perfect movie.
Was that we're about 7 movies too late.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it deserved a part 2, maybe a part 3, but
I think 2 was good. We were good at
it. And, 2 was good. And actually, 2 made a little bit of sense because they had a separate island that was made before Jurassic Park. So at least it wasn't like a whole new island that was made after the first movie. Like, you didn't learn from your mistake.
Yeah.
So at least you could argue that made some sense logically in this. But then the third one, anything after that? Oh, then don't get started on Jurassic World. We're gonna make a whole new park on the first one. Yeah.
So we had Jurassic Park 93, Jurassic World. I mean, the Lost World, Jurassic Park 97, Jurassic Park 3, 2001, Jurassic World 2015, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom 2018, Jurassic World Dominion 2022. There were 6 movies.
And now it's my fault. Okay, so there were 5 too many, but now there's gonna be a reboot with Scarlett. Sorry, Scarlett Johansson is gonna be in the movie.
No, you didn't. Really?
Yes.
So not only is this way too far down the line to make a movie, you're using a big name movie star to push it. Well, you can't even start with Jurassic Park 1.
No. Wait a minute. Talk about when they redid Jurassic World.
I got you. Chris Pratt because he was at the height of his fame.
Yeah, he was one of the Chris.
But when you say rebooting the series, you have an opportunity to introduce us to new actors, new ways, and a new movie. But you're not because you're putting Scarlett Johansson in the reboot, trying to get us to go see it. So it's
just like they did with Chris Pratt. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I guess.
Yeah, so
same thing.
I don't know whose movie house is that anyways.
That is with these Jurassic Park movies, why do I see something New Island, New something films? I have to find out. Jurassic Park, here we go. Wikipedia never lies to me.
Universal Pictures.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure at all. You say who now?
Universal.
Okay, it is Universal. Okay.
Oh, so they're aren't they a derivative of Disney?
Nah, I don't think so.
You sure?
Nah, I don't think Universal is.
Hold on, let me check that. Universal
part of the. I think Universal is
Disney.
Is it NBC?
Let's hope so. Because Mickey Mouse.
Captain America will show up in that sucker at any point.
You said what?
Captain America will show up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey man, they just right now they just trying to pull all the Avengers. If they got Pratt and now they want to go ScarJo, well shit, who's the next Avenger you gonna pull in? Let's
Mobile. Hey, Mobile. Since you brought that up, Mahershala Ali is gonna be in it too. I'm butchering his first name, but
Mahershala.
Yeah, the guy's gonna be who's gonna be Blade. So.
Yeah. So it's gonna recite. It's gonna get any MCU.
Oh, come back, Rich, man. Don't leave us, man.
No, but listen, I mean, let's be honest. Marvel creates monsters. They create monster celebrities, and you have to feed them movies in order to stay with them because there's always a 3 or 4 or 5 year gap between movies.
Yeah, fair enough.
So. We're like, hey, we want you to be Captain America for the next 20 years. There's only going to be 5 movies. In the meantime, we're going to feed you 30. Which is why you keep seeing these Marvel people in these weird ass fucking movies that that don't even make the theater. They just go straight to Netflix or whatever, which ain't a bad thing anymore too much. But they do just go like straight to streaming. They have to feed these people. Look how many movies Anthony Mackie got on Netflix right now. Like this dude has like 6 movies, 6 or 7.
But he was cooking before that, but
Yeah.
After he did
cooking before that, now he's fucking like these niggas on a pig grill.
I can't disagree. No.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what it is.
Wrong.
And I'm not
a great agent, man.
I'm not mad at it. You know, we want consistency when we watch our movies. So I mean, when you
Freddie King
about to start something.
I'll be glad.
Here we go.
All right, Freddie King. Let me just give you this. They are replacing Black Panther. There is somebody going to play T'Challa in the next Black Panther movie.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen until 2027.
Yeah, something like that, somewhere down there. Because they have to figure out how to write this in. They already had a funeral for this dude. So how are you going to come up with a movie and say this is T'Challa now?
Multiverse.
Remember his?
I know. Multiverse. Yeah, but now you got to connect it to somebody that you saw in one of the Black Panther movies that was not Black Panther.
No, you don't.
Because yes, it is. Because in every multiverse, somebody who you didn't realize was that person in another multiverse, and they did that in Flash.
DC. Yeah, but they don't. But they don't. But it's an infinite possibility, so they can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also money. So
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So they'll figure it out.
I mean, Brian. I mean, not to cut you off, but even to tomorrow. I mean, Wolverine. We gotta see how he's gonna be incorporated. He died.
There you go. When did he die? Did he die in Logan or did he die in
that movie? By the way,
he died in Logan, right?
You saw Logan. He died in Logan. Richard, you saw what? Deadpool.
I saw Deadpool 3.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I was, but then I was like,
all right, we'll talk after the show.
He already knew somebody was gonna fuck it up for him. You already know
that was a little flex there, huh? That's a slight flex.
So listen, Logan happened
2017.
No, okay. So the year the movie came out, 2017. But in their chronological order,
all right,
in their chronological order, Logan happened in the future.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So they have this entire gap that they can cover. Right. So what happened between the time that he was X-Men?
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. You know, Logan, he died in the future.
Yeah,
but it's already acknowledged that he's dead in Deadpool. It's already acknowledged that he's a different variant from another timeline.
Yeah, that's in the trailer.
But listen.
Yeah.
The greatest thing to ever happen to a superhero movie is acknowledging multiverses.
Oh yeah,
we can do shit that we weren't able to do before.
That's a get out of jail free card.
Nobody's ever dead.
Yeah, nobody's ever. Oh, we can just go to another multiverse. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, it's like like I said, I watched Flash the other night just to see. Well, it's not a bad movie. I'm putting it like that. It's not a bad movie.
It's not bad.
Michael Keaton. I feel bad for Michael Keaton because he did an amazing.
That pissed me off.
Role in that movie.
Yes.
But it was overshadowed by Flash's antics and his bullshit that he did offset.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would be pissed because he destroyed Michael Keaton's opportunity to shine.
Michael Keaton's good though. Like anything.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's good. Yeah. Like this man, if you want to talk about, and I'm not saying he ever fell off the face of the earth or was in a low point, but if you want to talk about a comeback, this motherfucker's having the best 10 years of any actor right now. Robert Downey Jr. had the best comeback, but
I was gonna say like best comeback.
Yeah,
no,
Michael Keaton close second. No, Keaton is coming back in the future. I think. Yeah, I think they said something about him coming back to do Batman again.
Sure. Okay.
Rick and Morty are the true kings of the multiverse. I'll give you that, Ernest. They figured it out, but they wouldn't have done it if Marvel didn't start it.
No, but I thought that was the whole premise of the show, though.
What? Rick and Morty?
Yeah, the whole.
Have you not watched any Rick and Morty?
I mean, I've watched a few episodes, but not necessarily.
I'm surprised you didn't finish. Like, I think that's something that you would love, just because.
No. The stuff I've seen is actually really, really cool. I just have never got into it.
Mm-hmm. I got you. So yeah, I don't even know. There was a point I was supposed to make, but I think I got ADD. Look, see, look. Predator King is on to what we be doing to my black screen.
Hey, we got you.
Oh shit!
Hey, say less, Predator King.
Yeah. So I mean, if they do come out with another X-Men movie and it has Wolverine in it, I already have put it in my mind that Logan was after a lot of X-Men adventures. The only thing is we got to get to the point where it's just him. If you're going to start doing this shit, we got to get to the point where people start dying.
No. Well, according to I hear
how many times has Professor X died in movies?
A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Mobile. What were you about to say?
That's not even counting Doctor Strange. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, right.
All right, go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
I was about to say, well, according to Marvel, everybody dies, which is the total opposite of what like comic story arcs are. I'm like, man, these people don't really die in the so-called comic world.
Yeah,
like they could be defeated, but according to Marvel movies, the only way you can defeat somebody is if they die. Like what the.
Or if you're a black man who has the power to rejuvenate himself after he dies, and all of a sudden you don't because you blew up. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Darwin.
Goddamn
R.I.P. Darwin. Yeah,
fucking Darwin.
That was that still annoys me to this day.
The only nigga that can't die. Like what?
Hey, went out like a geek, man.
Say when I sad. So sad.
The only man that can't die. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's one of the things I got a problem with I don't know. I know y'all not into the Suicide Squad stuff. I'm watching. Well, listen, hold on. I'm watching a series now. Well, no, what was I watching? Oh, they have a Japanimation of Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And it's one of those otherworldly things where they travel to another world. Now, you know how the Suicide Squad thing works. You hire a bunch of mercenaries, put a bomb on the back of their head, and they have to perform their task or you blow it up. One of the people they have on their team is Clayface. Clayface has the ability to be whatever he wants to. Why the fuck is the bomb still in the back of his neck?
Yes, that don't make no damn sense.
So I'm like, what? Everybody else I understand. Clayface?
He's Clay.
Yeah.
It should just slide off.
Slide clean out. He should reach in the back and pull it out.
He don't have to do that. He just got
exactly. But that's just one of the things
back the screen.
We question. But Rich, recently you saw Deadpool. You say you saw Deadpool today.
That is correct.
I don't want you to give anything away.
I will not.
All I want to know
after the show.
No. All I want to know. Go see it or not.
After the show.
Go see it.
Okay. And see, I trust that because he said Predator King's a cheater. He said the way I figured it is if Rich felt like it was not good enough, he'd be like, you can wait for it to stream. But you're saying go see it before it streams. It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think it's worth going to the theater to go see.
Okay. And I'll take that as gospel. And I will probably still wait for it to stream.
I mean
all right, that's enough.
Yeah. But yeah. I take.
I don't want to get mad at me.
Oh yeah, we don't. The problem I have with like shit that I want to see and things that I'm waiting to see is the people that wait. Well, that want to see it first and then get online and start blabbing about it. You know, like I watch. Let me see what comes out weekly. House of Dragons and The Boys.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
You have to watch it then. What I wanted to do was wait till all of them played and then binge.
Yeah. Oh no, you're gonna get spoiled, man.
Brian, you want to talk about Suicide Squad? That's if you do that.
Yeah, people like spoiling shit, and I never understood that. Why? Why would you do that?
Because people want it first.
I will never forget. I heard I brought this up before when Endgame came out. LaShawn McCoy went on Twitter that night of and just said, I can't believe they killed Iron Man. The night of the show. I didn't see it. But
are you serious? He did that shit?
Yes. I heard that someone said Sean McCoy spoiled Endgame, so I didn't look until after I watched the movie. Then I went back and saw what he said. He literally said they killed Iron Man.
Why would you do that though? Like, what's the point?
Because people are terrible.
Is that simple?
Plain and simple.
Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah.
Like, it's not cute.
That simple.
Okay. Well, you got anything for us tonight, or we just need to
go?
Okay. All right, so let's get into it.
I've been missing the last couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, I was like, is he gonna give us something?
I got 2 of them, but I'm just doing one.
All right, so if y'all not familiar with the way this goes, we do something called Mobile's Moment. He gives us a not a GIF, a JPEG, I guess you want to call it, or a picture that we post, and it has a question or a statement on it, and we just talk about what he posted.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
It's a solid.
Okay. I see this. All right. So let me go.
Oh, come on. Oh. No, I can't comment on this.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Present. Share screen. We're gonna do nope. There it is. All right. Mobile's Moment. Your wedding day is tomorrow. You go get gas and play the lotto. The next day you realize you hit the jackpot for $300 million. Are you still getting married? We're gonna start with Mobile.
Am I still getting married? Yes, I'm still getting married. The ceremony will continue. We will have, but I'm definitely gonna get extra slizzard because I'm like, But on the same token, you gotta get your affairs in order. So you gotta start doing something, right? So I would only hope that the ceremony and everything is like after 5. So I got at least
a few hours to recover.
Yeah.
To recoup. Okay.
Yeah, let me contact my lawyer, Nick.
Maybe I know I had this before, but this is called a prenup.
Yeah, like we got there's a whole bunch of things that we gotta think about here in advance. Like, all right, so
yes,
okay, it's still happening.
We're still getting married. Rich, you still doing it?
Hold on a second. I lost my tab. Still doing it, yes. Still doing it.
Yeah.
I think, like Mobile said, it'd be a matter of getting affairs in order first. Because that's, because let's be honest, man, the world is strange. If anything could happen,
anything.
So it's like it'd be the one day where it's like won the lotto, and then for whatever reason, a bus falls out of the sky.
Well, damn. Okay. Yeah.
So, yes, because think about it, right? It's like if the money changed you that much to where you don't want to do it, then you probably are marrying the wrong person anyway.
Probably.
I would agree with that.
Just get all the way out.
Yeah.
You was just looking for that one reason to get out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Or that 500 million, 300 million reasons.
Yeah.
Nick?
Oh, yeah. Get married. Move on.
All right. Okay. But
we are not. There's no progressive elaboration on this one.
Nope. But I will say I do like the idea of getting the affairs in order. I do agree with that. But yeah, I'm getting married. Move on.
Yeah, because you already, especially if you already got the venue set and like everything's done. Like you done went to the rehearsal dinner, everything. like, wow. Yeah. But I can understand if you know
what, this does bring up an interesting question though, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you got time to go to Vegas and bet on black?
Nigga, ain't nobody doing that for what?
That one.
No.
Go ahead, Rich. What was the question?
All right. So if you won the lottery, right? You won the lottery. You have the ticket. You signed the ticket, and that was the day that you actually signed it, right? You get married. Is the day that you receive the assets the day where like that changes things?
Ooh. Are you saying because legally, if you come into a lot of money,
right,
you're kind of legally obligated to give that person something?
Correct.
That's a good question. And I'm pretty sure there's an answer to it.
I'm pretty sure you would. It's just I'm just wondering if that, because since it happened before you got married, it's just that's when the.
I'm saying, okay, so just to make it make sense, okay, so you're engaged.
Yes.
Okay. You get married in 2 days. You play the lottery. You win the 300 million. You get married. You find out she cheated. So now you got to get an annulment or a divorce or whatever you want to call it. Are you still legally obligated to give that person money, being that you purchased a ticket before you were married? Is that right?
Just say, I get what you're saying. I think that it would be kind of a case by case. It'd probably determine more also the background of the relationship before you got engaged or before you got married to. How long y'all together? Were y'all living together for an extended period of time? So I think it's not as a clear-cut answer to that. It would depend on the couple's background, I think.
Right.
Okay. Because, like, for example, too, like if it's like if you already could have been argued to be common law marriage.
Oh, you could.
Huh?
Yeah,
you cook. You gotta give them something.
Yeah, they getting half.
Yeah, but if y'all ain't living together, then after the marriage y'all moving together, but you won the lottery a week before y'all got married, I think they may have an argument to say, hey, let's go back to when he won the lottery. He was technically a millionaire before y'all married. Y'all were just engaged. There are no legal obligations when you're engaged.
A millionaire.
That's hard. That's hard. And I don't think it's probably happened at some point. Or I'm pretty sure the lawyers and everybody got together with the lottery commission to make up rules and laws and regulations for that.
I mean, we don't have to use the lottery. It could have been an estate.
Yeah.
He came with a lot of money out of his estate.
I'm gonna be like what Rich was, like y'all say sometimes. If someone won the lottery, there'd be some hey, I know if the guy's gone. Just saying. Not me personally, but the guy who won the lottery and is like, well, you know what? I'm not married yet.
Yeah.
See you.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I didn't answer the question. I know somebody's gonna be like, you didn't answer that question they asked. I would still marry the person I'm with now. Yeah, absolutely.
Good answer, Brian.
I could think of like if I
stupid.
I wouldn't answer that any other way. I don't know. But I could see how somebody who's in probably a little shaky marriage, or they have doubts, or this is the person that they could get because that's the person that they could get at the time, could be like, you know what? I won 300 million. I can have anybody right now. So I could see how somebody in a less stable or less solid relationship than the people we are would change their mind or be a little bit, weary about that.
Okay, because you like to think, okay, I won the lottery. This is something that we can share together. That should be your mindset if you're looking forward to being married to that person. This is something for us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of anything other than that, well, you don't need to be married, especially to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So, I mean, I could see it. I understand if somebody wouldn't because, you really don't want to marry that person in the first place. That's just what you could get because you're not in a situation where you could get something else. Yep. Either way. And I think somebody would probably be in, like, if you won the lottery in South Carolina and you don't have to give your name or face, okay? You could legitimately win 300 million and not say shit to the person you're with. You can legitimately not say shit. I mean,
that'd be grimy though.
That would be so fucking grimy. Like they think you're going out to work every day. You're giving yourself an allowance of $2,000 every 2 weeks or whatever, just so you don't give it away that you're a millionaire. That's a movie. Hit me up, Warner Brothers or Tyler Perry.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, let me put this out there. Play somewhat of a devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
I can totally understand if it just happened, I could totally get them saying, well, we're not doing a ceremony, but we're just going to kick it at the reception. Just eat, drink, be merry, and turn up for no reason. Let's just be in the moment. I could totally see that. I could totally see that happening.
And I could totally see them saying your name on the episode of Snapped. Damn, she got rid of the whole body. That was quick. Yeah. So I mean, that's one of those things, man. It's a person to person situation. I would still get married. 300 million is a lot of money to spend the rest of your life with the person you really want to be with and do what the fuck y'all want to. And it's more fun that way anyway.
Right.
So being an already millionaire and having to meet somebody new is dangerous.
Well, they wouldn't know you're a millionaire.
I mean, at some point, somewhere with a cyber truck or whatever the fuck it's called, they know you got a little bit of money. Which, by the way, I would never buy one of these fucking cars. That is the worst, ugliest, most I got money shit I've ever seen in my life. Why people think that's something to brag about, I'll never understand. But I'm just
money.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I don't know. People like to show that they got money, and that's the way to do it these days.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cybertruck is a very terrible looking vehicle.
It is a horrible looking vehicle. It actually looks like a project somebody did in their garage and didn't know what the fuck they was doing.
I'm just still upset that people calling it a truck. It does not resemble a truck.
It doesn't, but it has a.
That was the idea.
It has a tailgate.
That was the idea. Yeah, that was the idea. Actually, is because they wanted. Elon Musk was like in the design. Was like, you know what? Let's revolutionize what the truck should look like. You know, I didn't look like it. You know, I didn't know that they were trying to go for something out of the PS1 era. But
yeah, that's exactly where. Yeah,
that shit is horrible. Anyway, anybody got any shotgun topics? Anything they want to get off their chest? Anything they want to talk about real quick here?
Oh yeah, the Olympics kicks off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the opening ceremony, and then so NBC is going to get a lot of coverage.
I'm honestly waiting to see like who takes home the gold for breakdancing.
So what?
I was just gonna play along just for giggles.
I'm actually interested in seeing how they do this whole thing. Like,
that's exact. I 100% agree. I just want to see how this is going to play out. I really do.
Are you going to be able to say I'm the artist who had his music played behind the people doing the Olympic breakdancing, or are they doing some generic beat from How to Breakdance 2001? Or like, what is the presentation? You got a live band? What are they judging us on?
That's me. You know, there's so many questions that I have for it because, like, when women do the floor exercises,
Snoop is carrying the torch. But go ahead.
When they do the floor exercises, you know, of course, they play recorded music for that. So it's got to be recorded music. But what is it like?
Thank you. And if you're gonna do opera or some classic music, isn't that just a gymnastic exhibition?
I mean, yeah. So I guess that's where there's so many questions behind what this is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
I am gonna watch it. I can't lie. Are these are the Summer Olympics, right? Okay, so we got you. Okay, is there any sport, any particular event other than breakdancing that you guys are looking forward to? Like the sprint and the 400 is what I'm going to be glued to.
Yeah, I mean the track and field events.
Track and field, yeah, and I mean I'll keep up with basketball. Just see that.
Are you expecting anything? Are you expecting anything other than in American domination or
domination? I wouldn't say domination. that they will win, but those games we've been watching,
okay.
The one we watched had on Saturday, it was they won by 1 point against South Sudan.
Wow.
And then they beat Germany by 5.
So these Olympic teams that are in other countries, do you see a lot of American players on their team? Like, are they coming here and say, hey, play for South Sudan for the Olympics and we'll pay you so and so? You understand what I'm saying? Understand what I'm asking?
I don't think they get, well, yeah, when you're an Olympic athlete, you get some sort of compensation, but I don't. A lot of it, you really do have to show nationality. Like you have to be some sort of citizen of that country.
Yeah, correct. But I mean, they wave enough money in your face, you will be a citizen. Of course, it'll have to be 2 or 3 years before the Olympics, but you'll change your citizenship.
Yeah.
If they're going to take care of you in Sudan or Africa or Europe or wherever.
Yeah, because there's ways you can be a dual citizen and whatnot. So yeah,
right.
There's ways to do it.
Okay, but yeah, I'm probably just going to stick to the track stuff because that's what I enjoy watching.
But yeah, like Pretty King said, I do want to see how Snoop carries the torch tomorrow because he's
he'll be drinking some gin.
If Snoop doesn't act like he's lighting a blunt on the torch,
and then
the world will be disappointed.
Yeah, because then he is carrying the torch, but then he's supposed to be commentating on NBC too during these Olympics. Yeah,
I don't know why, but Snoop is amazing commentary.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's gonna want to talk. Hopefully it's track. I hope it's track. but
yeah. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he's well versed in the shit that he's about to talk about. He at least did some research, some study. Snoop's a smart man, and you got to be smart to be a gangster rapper from California and still be relevant. He's still relevant, very relevant. I mean, I think out of any rapper, and it's arguable, and out of any rapper that has been relevant over the last few years, Snoop is the most relevant. Nobody doesn't know.
So remember, I think it was last week or earlier this week when Steve Harvey had the Family Feud question and they asked, the number one hip hop artist of all time. You're it sounds like you're leaning towards Snoop being number one there.
No. I think their question was who is the greatest hip hop artist of all time. I said Snoop is the most relevant.
I mean,
it's different.
That's categories, but in a sense, that's where that went. Because some people just went for relevance. It said Snoop, not knowing as far as lyrically rap artist. Yeah, I'm like, Snoop is not number one. I mean, but he could be in your top 5.
Yeah,
in your top 10.
That was
at least Drake was the number one. Thank goodness.
You got to judge the audience at that point.
Well, I was worried that they're gonna put Lil Jimmy because of that.
Yeah, I was scared. I was like, when they said Drake, I was like, I hope not.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so it was. Oh shit. Okay, all-time best rappers. Ended up being Snoop is number 1. Tupac 20. Well, Snoop had 25. Tupac had 20. Eminem had 16. Dr. Dre had 9. LL Cool J had 5. Notorious B.I.G. had 5. 50 Cent had 3. And Jay-Z had 3. These are the only rap artists these people could probably think about because these are not hip-hop, the Family Feud audience.
I mean, but they polled. I say you go at who they polled. I'm like, where did y'all go to ask these 100
in the audience?
No, it can't be. No, it can't be the. It couldn't be.
We asked 100 studio audience. We asked 100 members of the studio audience. That's what he says every time.
I thought it was just 100 people.
Yeah, because realistically, off that list, I mean, honestly, 2. Realistically, J and L. I'm sorry, and Biggie. They said Biggie, so 3 out that list.
Yeah,
I mean, no one's gonna have Dre. And you're nowhere near. He's not a rapper, especially we like Snoop. No.
Mm-mm.
So
No, I mean there.
Yeah,
there are people that we don't even enter into the conversation as far as greatest hip hop artists of all time on this list. Nobody will say Dre. Nobody. No, be honest with you, nobody would say 50 Cent. Nobody would say Snoop. Yeah. So,
as I said, the only ones that realistically was Big, J, M. That's got some credibility off that list. No one's. I'm sorry. As much history as LL has, no one's going to say LL. Not for
yeah. That wasn't a question for this audience, unfortunately.
No, it was
for this audience. Yeah, because I honestly think they were just naming people the first rapper that they could think of. They were like, there was a rapper. What's his name? Doggy Doggy Dog. Doggy Dog. That's his name.
I'm pretty sure out of that audience, I'm pretty sure somebody would have said 21 Savage. And the producer was like, "You said who? Nah,
nah, homie, you gotta run that back."
They kicked that dude out the studio. All this, you know, we ain't even gonna take your. We ain't even recording this. Shut the fuck up. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right, we're at hour 15. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all keeping us company and allowing us to keep you company. This is the company. This is B, Lenny, Mobile, Rich, Nick. Of course, we have two other guys that's going to be with us next week. Hopefully, it's going to be Izzo and Evil Sosa, and Nick Poole has returned. I still think those eyes moved a few minutes ago, but Nick ain't gonna tell us. So if you want to watch us, of course, we're gonna try to be on TikTok, on Instagram as much as we can. We're on YouTube. We have all of our shows recorded and processed on YouTube. So if you want to go watch any old shows, if you want to just have something to listen to while you're at work, go ahead, go to our YouTube page. It's YouTube The Company Podcast, and you'll be able to find us. If not, you can hit one of us up privately, and we'll give you the information there. We hit Preki says, where'd you get that mask, Nick?
Amazon.
So yeah. Oh. Okay. And it's a pretty good mask. Like pretty decent mask.
Yeah, it's spot on.
All right.
The eyes still moving.
Did the eyes just move again? God damn it. The show, Nick's eyes on his mask moved, and he won't tell us if they did or not. I don't know why he's being like that. But they fucking did. You fucking did it. But anyway, we'll be back next week, next Thursday, with some more topics for you, y'all. We again thank you for keeping us company and allowing us to keep you company. We'll holler at you later. Peace. Rich, sing a song.